What's up, everyone? How's it going? Welcome to this week's pre-week analysis, plus today's pre-market analysis. Today is Tuesday, October the 14th. We weren't able to make any trades on Thursday and Friday, and that's kind of crazy because if you look at the charts, right, we got a crazy dump there on Friday. And that was really interesting to see with all the tariff news, the 100% tariff on China. So it's gonna be interesting to see how these things play out in the market today after open. Powell is speaking around 11:20 a.m. So price may be waiting for more volatility may be incurred around there, but hopefully we can still be able to take some decent sized trades today. From what I'm seeing, I would love to see if we rebalance out from this imbalance that we've seen down. We've already went back to that 50% level, which means that if we're unable to hold this level right here, which we're sitting at right now, if you don't break above view up and start seeing aggression, then I wouldn't be opposed to that short idea. But right now we're between this 50% level and between this 50 level. We need to see how we react where we're sitting at right now. Depending on how we react, then we can set up our buys for the day, and that's only looking on ES. We can gain a much better idea looking at multiple things. Okay, there. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is open up Bookmap on my side screen right now, and then you can start charting. All right, cool. So already what I'm noticing is this might be a day to get adjusted to the markets. Potentially no trades, but definitely a day to get adjusted for sure. So let's just mark out all of our key levels that we need to. Would consider that a 4 hour, but it's pretty wide 4 hour. And yeah, we saw that dump from these all-time highs, so it's kind of cool to see that as well. Another zone up there, but this covers that general range to our. There's a gap here that we did fill quite nicely, as you can see. So potentially gap fill and move up towards the upside. We on Bookmap we do have targets towards the upside, but we have targets towards the downside as well. So again, not looking for anything crazy right now. We did fill up on Sunday's open, which is a bullish signal. But now pre-market we've seen a dump down, and now we're back at this level. If we break below, I could see shorts coming in. If we hold and break above VWAP and hold the next level, retracement play might be suitable targeting this 4 hour or wherever Bookmap liquidity is, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and do it and simply mark this as a blue zone or a fair value gap zone. Let me see what's below this area as well. Hold on. Alright, there we go. There's that level right there. If we go to the bottom, main liquidity down there. We can mark this out as well, but I don't think marking anything below that region would be necessary per se. Mark up this level as well, why not? Yeah, minus 4% move in a day is quite crazy. And the crypto markets look even crazier, I'm not gonna lie. It's crazy day. Nothing there. I mean, if you look over here, this liquidity, we saw a big sell up into it. We rebalanced after that region. Um, this zone, this 2 hour seems to be a good 2 hour. Another bounce from that region, but there's not really too much to mark out at this moment, simply because of the large volatility that we've seen on Friday. I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. And now we're on the 5 minute, but we are combining pre-week and pre-market into one segment. So I do want to go ahead and um go over the week preferable outcomes as well. So what I'm noticing is from the start of this high volatility to now, our high volume node has been in this upper region where we did see some buyer absorption because at these highs we have much more buyers there than selling volume, and because of that buyers were unable to push through and seller absorption did occur. So if we do see a move up, I would be wanting to target that region. If not, we can take shorts, but I would love a mean reversion play no matter what. But let's extend this even further, perhaps to there. So there we have volume up at these highs, volume here. Keep extending this down to that level. Yeah, I mean the high volume node is still this 4 hour region. We do have volume down here and volume down here. I mean, the volume profile isn't really telling us too much. It says that once we break this level, we should be able to continue heading down until this region. So that is making me prefer short side, but once again, not really a good idea to be, it's not really that clear to be able to see, and I wouldn't be willing to place any capital on it without a proper story and reasoning behind it. So that being said, preferable outcomes are pretty mixed. It's based off of this region. If we hold above, I would want to see a reaction here. If not, I want to break below, retrace, and then head to the lows. And this would be the move that I prefer, or and this would be the move I prefer. So in any of the cases, I want to see reaction off of this level. But let's go ahead and chart out NQ as well. Let me make sure, pull up, there we go. Market's gonna open here in around 2.5 minutes. That's okay though. Let's go ahead and remove everything. And we're gonna mark it a horizontal line there just to see if there's any levels prior that might be of interest for us to mark. And I'll mark 3 lines below, not much more. Actually 4 because that level below seems to be with higher volatility. And the things that happen when a high volatility regime is occurring might be of more significance simply because of the fact that if it can happen during a high volatility regime, wouldn't it be easier for it to occur during a low volatility regime? That's just a reasoning that we're building to our. Again, we have this gap region down here. Oh, no. Mm-mm. And then this time I'm 1 hour. Mm-mm. None of these are really like great zones. They are zones nonetheless, though. Market has just opened. Not seeing that much. Not seeing that much. So on NQ, we have less things that we actually have marked out. Lots of lower liquidity below this region, but we have to work with what we can, right? And honestly, I think if we break below this region with volume, we are going to head to this lower area. That would be a decent probability prediction, but we're holding this level pretty nicely. And if we do continue, I would not be opposed to taking longs. Damn. So just like ES, I would want to see how I react to this level. If we move up, I'd be more than happy to take longs. If not, I could see shorts occurring. But to enter in short, okay, hold on. But to enter in short, I would want to see something like this occur. This would be my most preferred outcome. So I'm gonna keep an eye out to see which happens, and we should be able to hopefully make a trade out of it if the conditions align nicely. But that all depends on what the market gives us and what we find comfortable. Because right now we're seeing this buyer absorption that we're gaining throughout this region as well. Same like on ES. Wow, there's a lot of volume here in this middle. So I would want to see price just naturally move towards the mean. But once again, we've already seen this selling pressure occur. I don't want to bias myself in a market where that bias could easily be wrong. I want to wait for price to actually start delivering on action and to develop a side, a clear side for us to simply take a continuation off of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the market to give me some of that potentially if we even get that. And if we do get that, I'll look for a continuation play. And if we have the right entry models or entry criteria that are met then we can enter into a position. If not, if not, we must have to stay flat. If you look on This is my book map. And if you look at how the book map's looking right now, we have level at 6640 region, maybe a bit above that, but we'll mark the lower level. And 6625. 6625, hold on. Back here, and let's just mark that out. 6625. And I mean, we just hit that right now, but we'll mark out the upper one for sure. Okay, I need to get into the lower time frame. And we have at 6615, 6615. Yeah, I mean, this volatility, this like action is quite crazy. 53 takes. Pre-market, let's see how much per candle. Yeah, I mean, we're having lots of volatility even pre-market. We're getting 40 tick moves on ES without a problem. And typically we target around 20 to 30 ticks. If we get something with a low stop loss, high profit, we will want to take that. If not, that's completely acceptable because for the prop firm I'm doing, I need to maintain that 40% profit ratio. So I can't just make all my profits in one trade. But what I do want to do before I conclude this video is check on the footprint how action's looking, or how action has looked. Let's see these highs. What do we see here? Don't really see much. It's not what we here we do see absorption by absorption. We pushed above, it went down. Okay. Here we start seeing the first early signs of seller aggression at 8 a.m. And then at 9 we just start seeing that crazy sell-off. Lots of volume up there. So I mean, yeah, I'm not really getting too much from the footprint, but it is building more of a story which we can go ahead and attempt to use. We just gap down. Okay. Okay, we're starting to see very aggressive selling. Might want to gauge something soon. Not yeah, I'll wait until 45. But we are seeing movement right now, which may be interesting to enter in upon. And that movement is selling movement. 66110. We're not getting anything from that. Alright, yeah, but I think I am concluding this video here. I'm gonna go trade live market. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Feel free to join the completely free Discord server. And feel free to check out the footprint and bookmap tools that I use in the links in the description below as well. Both of them have amazing free functionality, so definitely recommend you guys to check those out and see how you can start integrating order flow into your strategy like right now. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later today for a market analysis segment. I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.